2018 Ford Fiesta car review. Large automakers often desire to produce world cars, models they are able to sell in most territories with minimal variation. Yet, over and above luxury cars, the specific number of true world cars is definitely pretty small due to the costs connected with meeting various national regulations. While the current Ford Fiesta stands as among the best degrees of the genre, selling well on both sides with the Atlantic and farther afield, its club membership soon can be revoked. Europe becomes a new and much better Fiesta, but there won't be any confirmed intentions to bring it to America. The good points of 2018 Ford Fiesta: improved agility, more content, nicer cabin trimmings. The bad points of 2018 Ford Fiesta: high price, lack of a sedan model, and limited automatic transmissions declare that U.S. sales really are a low priority. The Fiesta happens to be a European car because it was launched in 1976. The new iteration would be the 7th distinct generation, just the first and current 6th generation cars were offered within the United States. That's contributed only a small component of total sales that have surpassed the 18 million mark worldwide. As both Ford's biggest seller in Europe plus the longtime #1 best-selling car inside the United Kingdom, it's no real shock that Ford has invested big on this spiffy and different one. Party of 3. The new Fiesta proves that Europe's enthusiasm for downsized power plants shows no warning signs of abating. Apart from a 1.5-liter diesel inline 4, that is expected to make up less than 10% of sales, the modern Fiesta will probably be powered entirely by 3-cylinder gasoline engines. Entry-level versions uses a naturally aspirated 1.1-liter unit that could come in 69 and 84 horsepower states of tune, that has a smaller but punchier EcoBoost turbocharged 1.0-liter positioned above and obtainable in 99, 123, and 138 horsepower flavors. Ford provides current Fiesta while using 123 horsepower EcoBoost triple in America. European buyers is going to be able to pick from 2- and 4-door hatchbacks, but there won't be considered a sedan in the modern lineup, therefore we would likely see exactly the 4-door having a trunk. Sales is going to be strongly biased toward manual transmissions, however, there is the option of a 6-speed automatic, which are going to be offered exclusively together with the 98 horsepower 1.0-liter engine. Mechanically, the modern Fiesta sticks as closely to the car's recipe as being a novice chef. The new car grows somewhat on the same global car architecture that is in use considering that the 6th-gen model come to 2008. There's a 2.8-inch stretch in overall length although a 0.2-inch rise in wheelbase, with suspension still by struts in front and a torsion beam axle for the rear. Ford, of course, remains good at trimming pennies from engineering expenses. Naturally aspirated Fiestas should have only 5 speeds within their manual transmissions, plus the less powerful models will ship with rear drum brakes. The exterior design is evolved, marked by the variation on the current Fiesta's toothy Aston Martin-esque grille at the front end and larger, horizontal taillights on the rear. The interior feels substantially different, with nicer-feeling plastics, better control ergonomics, and also a significant surge in equipment. Ford is keen to push the provision of big car features to buyers searching for smaller cars, with the revolutionary Fiesta offering adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning with lane keeping assist, parking assist which has a 360-degree camera, automatic high beams, along with a camera-based pedestrian detection system with automated emergency braking. While mid-spec models get yourself a 6.5-inch touchscreen interface, range-topping versions get yourself a sizable 8.0-inch screen running Ford's latest Sync 3 infotainment package, using the screen floating with a separate binnacle on top of the central air vents. Space is perfect for front seat occupants, with lots of adjustment for both the seats as well as the steering wheel. Rear seat room feels similar to the present car, tight for adults but cost-effective for children. Improved agility. It's on the streets where the modern Fiesta puts clear sky between itself as well as the current Gen U.S. spec car. While the Fiesta is definitely rewarding to help, this feels better in most key regard. Humble grip levels are offset by keen responses, giving this Ford an agility that few economy cars can match. Ride quality is excellent, specifically something by using these a modest wheelbase, and although steering is light, genuine feedback is passed to your rim. It's impressively quiet, too, Ford having started give a hushed cruising experience. The overall effect can be a car that feels both subjectively bigger and much more expensive laptop or computer actually is. We drove two versions with the turbocharged 1.0-liter, the fundamental 99 horsepower unit using the automatic as well as the livelier 123 horsepower edition which has a manual. Although it will probably be a minority choice in Europe, the automatic impressed more, shifting smoothly under low-intensity use and delivering intelligent kickdowns when inspired to go faster. The auto likewise helps to disguise the little engine's tendency toward turbo lag by downshifting to spin the engine into life. The lag was considerably more obvious from the more powerful car below 3,000 revolutions per minute, in the event the driver either manages the downshifts or endures the weight for a boost. Both these boosted three-cylinder engines are prepared to work harder than most small turbos, revving over to a 6,500 revolutions per minute limiter without ever feeling too tight. Unlike the three-cylinder Europe-spec Golf 1.0 TSI we recently drove, the EcoBoost Fiesta never delivers a V6-ish three-cylinder soundtrack, a common clue to your paucity of spark plugs as a possible occasionally lumpy idle. The manual gearbox can be a mild disappointment. Ford has produced some on the finest mass-market sticks within the world, but although 6-speed shifts cleanly and accurately, it doesn't possess the crispness we associate using the company's slickest transmissions, the Focus RS being the exemplar in this particular regard. The clutch of our own test car also engaged low, and suddenly, in its pedal travel, making smooth low-speed progress much more of a challenge laptop or computer should have been. Prices are not petite. There's an excuse Europeans get a fresh and improved Fiesta before we do, they will pay somewhat more for it. In the UK, the newest entry-level 1.1 style costs £12,715, similar to $16,600 at current FX rates. That includes the 20% value-added tax VAT, however. The 123 horsepower 1.0T titanium two-door manual that individuals drove listed at £18,550 using a modest smattering of options. That equals a very solid $20,150. Which means that even before VAT it costs nearly almost as much as US buyers spend on the range-topping Fiesta Street. We've been here before. Europe got a now new Focus hatchback in 2004 that's platform buddies together with the Volvo S40 as well as the Mazda 3. Basically we had to make do that has a heavy facelift from the aging original car instead. Let's hope that doesn't happen these times and that Ford could make the numbers work. Our Fiesta remains to be a fine car, but this a different one is substantially better.